Good afternoon. I am live and I'm going to give Facebook a few moments to announce this so that if there are people waiting around to join me, then they get a chance to do so without having missed the first bit of my talk. Just a few moments though, because it doesn't really matter if you miss a few moments. You can always catch up on the replay, right? So let me see, and let me look in the right direction at the camera. I see many people getting that wrong. It is weird because you have to look sort of next to the screen if you are, and not at yourself in the screen. Anyway, I don't see anyone there yet. Well, that's okay. Maybe you'll join me later, or if you catch the replay, welcome. My name is Karin Bosveld. For those who do not know me or don't know me very well, I am a spiritual teacher and coach, and I work with mainly sensitive women who work with people, help them overcome their doubts and fears and limiting beliefs, which all come from the ego, and help them reconnect to the truth of their soul so that they can live an authentic life from that guidance. And that, my dears, takes a lot of inner work. And meditation is a wonderful tool to support that work. And this is why I am talking about meditation this week and next week too, probably. Of course, I'm going to run a wonderful meditation course online soon, and I'll tell you a bit more about that towards the end of this live stream. But first, the topic of today, because when people know that I meditate and am a meditation teacher even, they'll say, I don't really need that because I love gardening and that is my meditation. Or they'll say, yeah, but I walk every day and nature has this wonderfully calming effect on me, and so I don't need meditation. Or they'll say, well, running gives me that experience. And of course, you know, I don't want to be a school mom and tell them, no, that's not the same, because, you know, it gives them joy and it gives them something they need, and that is wonderful. And I agree that that it does have an effect, but it is not quite the same as meditation, and that's perfectly okay. But I think that it's good to know the difference, and before you dismiss meditation as not necessary or not for you, because there are very good reasons to start or continue a meditation practice, and running and gardening and walking and cleaning will not give you those results. Now, all those activities that have some kind of effect on you, why people do compare them to meditation, they're pleasant, right? And I think somebody has joined me, and I don't know who, but hello to you, and thank you for joining. And if you want to say hi or give a like or a heart, then I'll know who you are. But you don't have to, of course. Yeah, the reason why things like running and walking and cleaning even can have such a, what people would call almost meditative effect on you, is because these are very physical activities and sensual activities. And with sensual, I mean involving the senses. And whenever we get really, really involved, I think Rita has just joined. Sorry for interrupting myself, but Rita said she was going to be here. So hi, Rita. Great you could make it. Yeah, so I lost my thread, but that's okay. So these are very physical and sensual activities. So our senses get involved. We smell, we see, we feel with our skin. It's very kinesthetic, and what happens when we get really into physical activity, and that includes sex, obviously, also can also be wonderfully meditative if you want. It activates the direct experience network in our brain. Now, as a result of that, the default network in our brain gets deactivated, and the default network is the troublemaker. That is the causer of that mind chatter. That is the one telling stories all day long. That is, in fact, the origin of our ego mind. So if you feel that a constant pressure of that ego mind, you will find physical activities that you get really involved in very calming, because it does quiet down the mind. So that is absolutely true. And I do understand why people feel that this is kind of meditative. And so I'm not saying stop running, stop walking, stop having sex, not at all. By all means, continue to do that, because it's great for stress relief. It's wonderful for feeling that calm and feeling that connection with life, etc., etc., etc. But meditation is something else. Meditation is a practice, and it's not always easy, and it does not always give you. It doesn't always give you that same result that you get from half an hour of jogging or an afternoon in your garden. It seems like much more of an effort, especially when you're just starting out. And meditation is much more deliberate, if you like. You know, you can go running and have a very full head, and you just start jogging, and at some point you'll find, I'm not really having any more thoughts. And that is more like, just getting in the flow, and there's not really, it's not really something you consciously do. Whereas in meditation, you sit yourself down and you do a particular practice. The simplest practice, and what I mainly practice, is sitting down and focusing on the breath, counting the breath. So you're giving your mind a specific focus. And then you will notice that the mind wanders, and then you will deliberately stop it from doing that and return to counting the breath. So this is a very conscious practice, and you are training your mind. And the effect will be, especially, this is the first thing you have to do in meditation, is to calm it down a little. So in that sense, there is absolutely similarity to what happens when you're jogging, gardening, etc. But this is only the first step in meditation, calming the mind chatter down a bit. And the intention in meditation is not to stop your thoughts, because that is a self-defeating effort. I talk about this a lot, and those of you who listen to me regularly will have heard me say this before. The object of meditation is not to stop your thoughts. It is, yes, to calm the mind down a little, but the second step involved in meditation is becoming aware of what happens in the mind. Stepping back from all that going on and observe what is going on. And this is a very interesting faculty that we have. Our mind can become conscious of itself. Now, during our day, when we're busy, when we're even stressed, most of the time the mind is not conscious of itself. We completely identify with whatever the mind comes up with, right? When we're angry, we are angry. Stepping back would be to say, I feel anger, but usually we'll just say I am angry. All of this is anger. So we're completely identifying with whatever the mind throws at us. But we can step back and see that that is going on. And that is consciousness, or mind, if you like, becoming aware of itself. Now, those moments are, especially if you're just setting out with your practice, those moments are short and rare, but as you practice, you can prolong these moments, and you can, as it were, expand your consciousness, become more and more awake or aware. And like I said, this is a practice, and therefore jogging, gardening, etc. is not the same as this practice. It's people do that usually to calm down, to relax, and that is absolutely the effect. But having a practice where you consciously train the mind not to get so caught up in things, where you constantly take that step back and take observer position and train becoming aware of what is actually going on in the mind, that is meditation. So disidentification with the ego mind, and the more you do that, the looser the grip of the ego will become. Now, I talk a lot about soul and ego, and I don't mean this live stream to go on forever. This is not a lecture on soul and ego. I've done that in my group, and actually I'm putting together a page where I share those classes. When they're up, I'll post a link in this group as well, on this page as well. But that is for another time. But just to make that clear, that if you want, to expand your consciousness, if you want to loosen the grip of the fear-based ego, then meditation is, as far as I'm concerned, the best and most helpful practice you can have. And you will not reach that with gardening alone. Although, by all means, keep doing that, because it's very healthy. Now, at the beginning of my talk, I said I'm putting together a meditation course, and this course I am creating especially for those who have wanted to meditate, who've maybe already started a million times, but feel they keep slacking off, that they just don't do it. And this happens to me too. I said that in my previous live stream, and if you want to watch that one, the replay is still up, both in my group Awakening Wise Women and on my page Live Your Soul Purpose. So we keep not meditating even though we mean to, and I know why that is. I know the obstacles, and I also have ways to overcome them, and this is what I want to help you with. The course is 4 weeks, so I felt 4 weeks is doable. It's not a huge time commitment, but you will get so much out of it, because I am going to be with you every step of the way. You can ask me questions on every work day. I'll share loads and loads of tips and information with you, and you'll also get an hour and a half long one-on-one session with me. So this is great value. It's almost like one-on-one coaching, but at a completely different price point. And for you watching this video, I'm offering this at a special price. Regular price is $297, but with the password I'm going to give you, you get it at $197. Now, that would buy you less than 2 sessions with me. And now you get 4 weeks with me, where we really set you up for a wonderful meditation practice. I share everything I've got with you. And I'd love to see you there. Some of you have already signed up, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy already with the women who I'm going to work with. But there's room for more. So if you feel called, by all means, either go to the page, I'll post a link with the video, or just get in touch with me and we'll chat first. I'm happy to chat. So message me or leave a comment and we'll get in touch. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you. Bye.